A 28-year-old man is dating a 70-year-old woman, eyeing her inheritance. When the will is read, the man is shocked by what he receives. Olivia looked out the window of her imposing mansion, observing the meticulously maintained garden. The flowers were in full bloom, yet to her, everything seemed empty and lifeless. Since her husband's death, the mansion, which was once filled with laughter and life, now resembled a vast mausoleum. Her children seldom visited, caught up in their own lives and careers. Loneliness weighed on her shoulders like an old blanket, familiar but uncomfortable. The phone rang, interrupting her thoughts. It was Emma, her granddaughter, the only one who visited her with some frequency. "Hi, Grandma. How are you today?" asked Emma, her voice laden with concern. "I'm fine, dear. Just another day," Olivia responded, trying to sound cheerful, but not quite succeeding. After hanging up the phone, Olivia returned to gazing out the window, wondering how she might fill the void in her life. The mansion was filled with riches, but it lacked what mattered most: the companionship and love of her family. She knew she needed to take action, but was unsure how. The days dragged slowly until an unexpected event changed everything. As she was descending the stairs, Olivia felt dizzy and lost her balance, falling heavily to the ground. The pain was immediate and intense. Fortunately, Emma was there to help her. "Grandma, are you okay?" Emma rushed to her aid, the concern evident in her eyes. Olivia tried to stand, but the pain was unbearable. "I think I hurt my leg," she murmured. After a visit to the hospital, it became clear that Olivia would need help at home during her recovery. Emma suggested hiring a nurse to care for her. That's how Jason came into their lives. He was a young nurse, charming and full of energy. Initially, Olivia was hesitant to accept help from a stranger, but Jason quickly earned her trust with his attentive care and kind manner. "Good morning, Mrs. Olivia. How are you feeling today?" Jason asked with a warm smile. "Better, thank you, Jason. You have been a great help," Olivia replied, beginning to feel more comfortable with his presence. As the days passed, Jason became a constant presence in the house. He not only tended to Olivia's medical needs, but also kept her company, bringing a bit of life and joy back to the mansion. However, there was something about Jason that made Olivia uneasy, a feeling that perhaps he wasn't as genuine as he seemed. Olivia watched Jason with a mix of gratitude and caution. He was attentive and efficient, but there was something about his behavior that made her uneasy. He seemed to always be one step ahead, almost as if he could anticipate her needs before she even expressed them. One day, as Jason was helping Olivia down the stairs, Emma arrived for a visit. "Hi, Grandma. How are you?" she asked, embracing Olivia warmly. "I'm well, dear, thanks to Jason," Olivia replied, casting an evaluative glance at the nurse. Emma smiled at Jason. "Thank you for taking such good care of my grandma." "It's my pleasure, Emma. Your grandma is an incredible woman," Jason responded with his characteristic smile. Despite the apparent normalcy, Olivia couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. She decided to pay closer attention to Jason, observing every move and interaction he had with others. Her intuition told her he wasn't there just to care for her. Over the weeks, the relationship between Olivia and Jason intensified unexpectedly. Jason began to show romantic interest in Olivia, something she initially found impossible due to their age difference. He wooed her with sweet words and affectionate gestures, always emphasizing that age was not an issue for him. "You are an incredible woman, Mrs. Olivia. Your wisdom and beauty are timeless," Jason would say, looking into her eyes earnestly. "Jason, you are so young. I am too old for this," Olivia responded, feeling vulnerable. "Age is just a number. What matters is what we feel," Jason insisted, moving closer and taking her hand. Olivia, lonely and needy, eventually gave in to Jason's advances. They began an unlikely and secret relationship, which made her feel alive again. However, as time passed, Olivia started to suspect Jason's true intentions. He always seemed interested in discussions about her financial situation and the valuable art collection in the mansion. His questions, though subtle, revealed a curiosity that went beyond the responsibilities of a nurse. "You have a beautiful art collection, Mrs. Olivia. It must be worth a fortune," Jason commented casually while adjusting her pillow. "Yes, it's a family legacy," Olivia responded, keeping her answer vague. Despite the kindnesses and the romantic relationship, Olivia knew she needed to uncover Jason's true intentions before it was too late. Determined to test the loyalty of her family and Jason, Olivia decided to sell the mansion. It was a risky move, but she believed it was the only way to see who truly cared for her. During a family dinner, Olivia announced her decision. "I have decided to sell the mansion," she stated calmly, watching the reactions around the table. There was a heavy silence before anyone spoke up. "What? Why, Mom?" asked her eldest son, clearly surprised. "I feel it's time for a change. This house is too large for me now," Olivia explained, maintaining a steady voice. Jason, who was present to assist Olivia, kept a neutral expression, but Olivia noticed a calculating gleam in his eyes. He approached her after dinner. "Are you sure about this, Mrs. Olivia? This house holds so much sentimental value." "Yes, Jason, I am decided," Olivia replied, trying to decipher his true intentions. The news of the mansion's sale spread quickly. Olivia's children began visiting her more often, ostensibly to convince her to change her mind. But Olivia was not deceived. They were concerned about the potential loss of a valuable inheritance. Meanwhile, Jason seemed more interested than ever. He began spending more time talking with Olivia about her finances and assets, always with a mask of genuine concern. "Do you have any specific plans for where you'll live after the sale?" Jason asked, trying to sound casual. "No, I haven't decided yet," Olivia responded, pretending not to notice Jason's excessive curiosity. Olivia knew she needed to be cautious. She was playing a dangerous game, but it was the only way to reveal who was by her side for love and who was there for interest. Olivia's decision to sell the mansion brought out the true intentions and feelings of those around her. Her children, who seldom visited, now appeared more frequently, trying to persuade her to cancel the sale. Each visit was a painful reminder that their interest was not genuine. "But Mom, where will you live? This house is your home," argued her eldest son, visibly concerned. "I haven't decided yet, but that shouldn't be your concern," Olivia responded, maintaining her resolve. Jason, on the other hand, became even more involved in Olivia's life. He showed excessive concern for her well-being, offering to help her find a new place to live. However, Olivia noticed that his questions about her finances became more frequent and specific. "Do you have any specific plans for the money from the sale of the house?" Jason asked casually, while serving tea to Olivia. "No, I haven't thought about it yet," Olivia replied, watching him carefully. Emma, always attentive to her grandmother's needs, also began to notice changes in Jason's behavior. One day, she arrived unexpectedly and found Jason rummaging through Olivia's documents. "What are you doing?" Emma asked, her voice laden with suspicion. "I was just organizing the papers to make things easier for your grandma," Jason replied quickly, trying to hide his surprise. Emma was not convinced. She knew something was wrong and decided to investigate on her own. Olivia also shared her concerns with Emma, who promised to uncover the truth. Emma began her investigation by checking Jason's background. She used contacts she had in the private security sector and discovered that Jason had a murky past. He had been accused of fraud on several occasions, but was never convicted due to lack of evidence. Emma knew she needed more information to confront him. Meanwhile, Jason continued his attempt to gain Olivia's trust, but she was becoming increasingly wary. During one of her visits, Emma noticed that Jason was frequently in contact with Rachel, the mansion's housekeeper. Their interactions seemed more intimate than professional. Emma decided to follow Rachel and eventually discovered that she and Jason were involved in a romantic relationship. They were seen at secret meetings and discussing financial plans. Emma gathered this information and prepared to confront Jason and Rachel. One day, Emma confronted Rachel when she was alone in the kitchen. "I know about you and Jason," Emma stated firmly. Rachel tried to deny it, but Emma's determined look made her relent. "All right, we are together, but it has nothing to do with your grandma," Rachel responded defensively. "I don't believe you. I know you two are up to something," said Emma, feeling more confident in her suspicions. Emma shared her findings with Olivia, who was devastated but determined to unmask Jason and Rachel. They planned a confrontation, resolved to protect Olivia's legacy. Olivia knew she needed to act cautiously, as any wrong move could jeopardize everything. They began to gather evidence against Jason and Rachel, preparing for the right moment to expose the truth. Emma decided to install hidden cameras around the house to capture any suspicious activity. Within a few days, they obtained recordings of Jason and Rachel discussing their plans to obtain Olivia's inheritance. With the evidence in hand, Emma and Olivia knew they were ready to expose the conspiracy threatening the family. The truth was about to be revealed, and justice would finally be served. Olivia was determined to reveal the truth and protect her legacy. With Emma's help, she recorded a video exposing all their findings about Jason and Rachel. In the video, Olivia explained her initial suspicions, Emma's investigations, and the evidence they had gathered. She spoke clearly and emotionally, hoping her words would be heard even after her departure. "I always believed that my family would be by my side for love, not money," Olivia said in the video, her eyes brimming with tears. "But I've learned that not everyone is as they seem. This video is to protect my legacy and to ensure that the truth prevails." Emma helped to edit and organize the video so it would be ready to show at the right moment. Olivia also prepared a detailed letter explaining the situation, which would be handed to the family lawyer along with the video. This would ensure that the necessary legal steps were taken. Meanwhile, Jason and Rachel continued to act normally, unaware that they were being monitored. Olivia maintained her facade, waiting for the right moment to act. "Are you okay, Mrs. Olivia?" Jason asked, noticing the tension on her face. "Yes, Jason, just a bit tired," Olivia replied, hiding her true emotions. Olivia knew the moment of revelation was near. All she needed was the right moment to expose the truth and ensure that Jason and Rachel faced the consequences of their actions. The moment of truth arrived during a family dinner. Olivia, seated at the head of the table, looked at her children, grandchildren, and at Jason and Rachel, who were serving the meal. "I have something important to tell everyone," Olivia began, her voice firm but laden with emotion. "In recent months, many events have made me reflect on the loyalty and intentions of those around me." Olivia's children exchanged worried glances, while Jason and Rachel kept their expressions neutral. "I recorded a video that I would like everyone to watch," continued Olivia, signaling to Emma, who promptly connected the laptop to the dining room television. Everyone fell silent as the video began to play. Olivia's video started, revealing her suspicions, Emma's investigations, and the evidence against Jason and Rachel. Expressions of surprise and shock dominated the faces of those present. Jason and Rachel turned pale, realizing they had been exposed. "Did you know about all this?" Olivia's eldest son asked, looking furiously at Jason. Jason tried to defend himself, but his words were empty. "This is a misunderstanding. I would never do anything to harm Mrs. Olivia." "Don't lie, Jason," Emma said, holding up a document containing the transcripts of the recorded conversations between him and Rachel. "We have enough evidence to take you and Rachel to court." Rachel, visibly shaken, tried to flee, but was detained by Olivia's sons. "Don't think you can escape this," one of the sons said, holding her firmly. Olivia stood up, supported by Emma. "You both betrayed my trust and took advantage of my goodwill. Now you will face the consequences of your actions." Jason and Rachel were escorted out of the mansion by Olivia's sons, while Emma called the family lawyer to initiate legal proceedings. The air was tense, but Olivia felt relief as the truth finally came to light. "Thank you, Emma," Olivia said, embracing her granddaughter. "Without you, I could never have done this." "We're all in this together, Grandma. Now we can move forward and rebuild," Emma replied with a relieved smile. Olivia knew the battle was far from over, but with her family united and determined to protect her, she felt that she could finally find peace. After the tense confrontation with Jason, Olivia knew she could not wait any longer. She called Emma for a private conversation, revealing all the evidence they had gathered against Jason and Rachel. "Emma, we need to act now. I can't allow them to continue manipulating and abusing my trust," Olivia said, her voice firm. "I'm ready, Grandma. Let's expose them once and for all," Emma responded, determined. Olivia decided the next family gathering would be the perfect time to reveal everything. She summoned everyone to a special dinner, including Jason and Rachel, without revealing her true intentions. During the dinner, Olivia remained calm, observing every move made by Jason and Rachel. They seemed oblivious to what was coming, chatting and laughing as if nothing were amiss. Finally, Olivia stood up and lightly tapped her spoon against her glass, drawing everyone's attention. "I have something very important to share with all of you," she began, her voice firm. "In recent months, I have gone through difficult times and discovered things that deeply saddened me." Jason and Rachel exchanged nervous glances, realizing something was wrong. Olivia continued, "I have a video here that needs to be seen by everyone. Emma, please play the video." Emma stood up and connected the laptop to the television. Olivia's video began to play, revealing her suspicions, Emma's investigations, and the evidence against Jason and Rachel. Expressions of surprise and shock dominated the faces of those present. Jason tried to interrupt the video, but Olivia's sons restrained him. "Let it play to the end," the eldest son ordered. When the video finished, the room fell into a deathly silence. Olivia looked directly at Jason and Rachel, who were pale and speechless. "You both betrayed my trust and took advantage of my goodwill. Now you will face the consequences of your actions." The atmosphere in the dining room was heavy with tension following the video's showing. Jason and Rachel looked at each other, unsure how to react. Olivia's sons were ready to act, determined to protect their mother. Jason was the first to speak, desperately trying to defend himself. "This is a misunderstanding. I would never do anything to harm Mrs. Olivia." "Don't lie, Jason," Emma said firmly. "We have enough evidence to take you and Rachel to court." Rachel, visibly shaken, tried to argue. "I was just following orders. I didn't mean to hurt anyone." "Orders from whom?" Olivia's eldest son stepped closer. "From Jason," Rachel confessed, her voice trembling. "He planned everything." Olivia stood up, supported by Emma. "You both betrayed my trust and took advantage of my goodwill. Now you will face the consequences of your actions." Olivia's sons surrounded Jason and Rachel, ensuring they could not escape. Emma called the family lawyer, explaining the situation and requesting his immediate presence. Jason, realizing he was cornered, made one last attempt to redeem himself. "Olivia, I really cared about you. It was a mistake. I can change." "You've done enough damage," Olivia replied, sadness in her voice. Now it's time for you to face the consequences. The lawyer arrived quickly and began taking notes, preparing to initiate legal proceedings. Olivia, though exhausted, felt relief as the truth finally came to light. "Thank you, Emma," Olivia said, embracing her granddaughter. "Without you, I could never have done this." "We're all in this together, Grandma. Now we can move forward and rebuild," Emma replied with a relieved smile. With Jason and Rachel in custody, the family began to discuss the next steps. Olivia knew the battle was far from over, but with her family united and determined to protect her, she felt that she could finally find peace. The days following the confrontation were intense. The legal battle against Jason and Rachel was just beginning, but Olivia felt relieved knowing they would face justice. However, her health began to deteriorate rapidly. The tension and stress of the past months took their toll, and Olivia knew her time was limited. One quiet morning, Emma entered Olivia's room and found her grandmother weaker than ever. "Grandma, you need to rest. We'll take care of everything," Emma said, holding her hand tenderly. Olivia smiled, though she was visibly tired. "I'm proud of you, Emma. You have been my rock, my strength." That night, Olivia fell asleep and did not wake up again. Her death left a deep void in the family, but it also brought a sense of unity and determination to continue her legacy. At the funeral, Emma delivered a heartfelt speech, promising to honor her grandmother's memory and ensure that her justice was served. "My grandmother was a strong and courageous woman. She taught us the importance of truth and loyalty. In her memory, we will continue to fight for these values," Emma said, tears in her eyes. A few days after the funeral, the family gathered for the reading of Olivia's will. The family lawyer was present to oversee the process, and everyone was eager to learn how the assets would be distributed. Olivia left clear instructions on how she wishes her assets to be distributed. The lawyer began, opening the document. Firstly, she wants the mansion to be sold and the proceeds to be divided equally among her children. Olivia's children nodded, accepting the decision with respect. Additionally, a significant amount will be donated to charities that were important to Olivia. Emma listened attentively as the lawyer continued. Finally, he turned to her. "Emma, your grandmother left a special letter for you. She wanted you to know how much she loved and trusted you." Emma took the letter with trembling hands and began to read silently. Olivia's letter was filled with words of love and wisdom, encouraging Emma to pursue her dreams and always fight for what is right. At the end of the letter, Olivia left a final surprise. "Emma, I want you to know that I have left the majority of my fortune to you. I trust you to use this money to continue my legacy of justice and kindness. Take good care of our family and never forget how much I loved you." Emma couldn't hold back tears as she read her grandmother's words. She looked at the other family members, who watched her with understanding and support. "I promise to honor Grandma's memory and do everything I can to keep our family united and just," Emma said, determination in her voice. The reading of the will was not just a moment of asset division, but also a time for reflection and renewal of family vows. They knew Olivia was watching from somewhere, proud to see her family united and determined to honor her legacy. In the days that followed, Emma took the reins of the family finances and began planning philanthropic projects in Olivia's name. The sale of the mansion was organized, and the money was distributed according to Olivia's wishes. Emma knew the road ahead would be challenging, but with her grandmother's strength and love guiding her, she was ready to face anything. The family, now more united than ever, was prepared to move forward and build a bright future, always honoring Olivia's memory. After the reading of the will and the distribution of assets, Olivia's children began to reflect on their actions and the impact of their greed and neglect. Sitting in the living room, Surrounded by memories of their mother, they started an honest and emotional conversation. "I'm sorry for how we've acted over the past few years," said the eldest son, tears in his eyes. "We were so focused on our own lives that we forgot what truly mattered." "Yes," agreed the middle daughter. "Mom deserved more from us. She was always there for us, and we failed to be there for her." The youngest son, who had always been more reserved, finally spoke up. "We need to change. We can't undo the past, but we can do better in the future. Let's work together to honor Mom's memory." The siblings embraced tightly, promising each other that they would do everything possible to redeem their mistakes. They decided to meet regularly and to be more present in Emma's life, supporting her in her new philanthropic projects. "We will support Emma in everything she needs," said the eldest son. "And also, we will continue the charitable work that Mom valued so much." With these promises, Olivia's children felt a weight lifted from their shoulders. They knew the road to redemption would be long, but they were determined to walk it together, united by love and the memory of their mother. Emma's house was filled with life and laughter, a welcome change after months of tension and sadness. The family gathered for a special dinner, celebrating a new phase in their lives. Emma had transformed her house into a warm, welcoming home, filled with memories of Olivia and new hopes for the future. "This house is wonderful, Emma," said Olivia's middle daughter, admiring the warm and inviting decor. "You've really done an incredible job here." "Thank you," replied Emma, smiling. "I want everyone to feel welcome and at home here. This is our new chance to be together as a family." As they dined, conversation flowed naturally. They laughed, shared stories and memories of Olivia, and discussed plans for the future. The atmosphere was one of unity and renewal, with everyone committed to keeping the family together and strong. "Let's make this a tradition," suggested the youngest son. "To meet here regularly, not just on special occasions, but whenever we can." "I would love that," agreed Emma. "Grandma would be so happy to see us all together like this." As the evening progressed, Emma's house resonated with sounds of laughter and joy. Everyone knew that despite the hardships and challenges they had faced, they were on a path of healing and growth. Olivia's memory continued to guide them, inspiring them to be better and to value what truly matters. As the night came to an end, the family said goodbye with warm hugs and promises of meeting again soon. Emma stood at the door, watching the cars drive away, feeling a mix of longing and gratitude. "We're all in this together, Grandma," whispered Emma, looking up at the starry sky. "I promise to continue your legacy and keep our family united." With that determination, Emma walked back inside, ready to face the future with the same strength and courage her grandmother had taught her. The new life at Emma's house was just beginning, and she knew that with her family by her side, she could overcome any challenge. While organizing her new home and adapting to her routine, Emma discovered an old wooden box hidden at the back of a closet. The box was locked, but Emma found the key in Olivia's jewelry box. When she opened it, she found a collection of time-yellowed letters, all addressed to her. With her heart racing, Emma began to read the first letter. Olivia's handwriting was unmistakable, elegant, and firm. The letters revealed family secrets, stories of love, challenges, and life lessons that Olivia wanted to share with her granddaughter. "Dear Emma," the first letter began, "if you are reading this, it means I am no longer by your side physically, but I want you to know that my love for you is eternal. These letters are a part of me that I leave to you, to guide and comfort you in difficult times." Emma continued reading, delving into Olivia's past stories. There were accounts of her difficult childhood, her struggle to build a better life, and her meeting with Emma's grandfather, a love that profoundly transformed her. Olivia also wrote about the challenges she faced raising her children, the sacrifices she made, and the joys and sorrows she experienced over the years. I have always believed that a person's true strength lies in their capacity to love and forgive, Olivia wrote. Life has taught me that forgiveness is the key to inner peace. I know you will face many challenges, but I want you to always remember to be kind to yourself and to others. One of the letters revealed a secret that Emma never knew. Olivia had a lost sister. The letter explained that due to life circumstances and difficult decisions, Olivia and her sister were separated in childhood. Olivia spent years trying to find her sister, but never succeeded. She left instructions for Emma to continue the search, should she choose to. Emma, finding my sister has always been a dream I never accomplished. If you decide to continue my search, know that it would mean the world to me. But if you choose not to, I will understand as well. Just follow your heart. Emma felt a wave of emotions as she read these words. The depth of Olivia's love and pain was present in every line. The letters not only revealed secrets, but also brought life lessons that Emma knew she would carry forever. In the last letter, Olivia wrote about the future. Dear Emma, you are the heir to my legacy of love, strength, and resilience. Use my story to inspire and guide your own decisions. I know you will do great things, and our legacy will live on through you and future generations. Emma closed the last letter, feeling deeply connected to her grandmother. Olivia's words resonated in her heart, bringing a sense of peace and purpose. She knew her grandmother had entrusted her with continuing the pursuit of truth and justice, and she was determined to honor that trust. If you enjoyed this moving story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more touching stories like this. And we want to hear from you. Would you like a new story about Emma's search for Olivia's missing sister? Leave your comment below and tell us. Your participation is very important to us. Thank you for watching.